Hello there, Danger Doodle here, and this video is created to test a little hypothesis I have. Are warheads buoyant, and if so, can they be used as quality torpedoes? To begin, we'll just use a warhead to see whether or not it does float. Alright, it definitely fell rock hard to the bottom, so we will need to add some form of buoyancy measure to it. To begin, I'm just using half slabs and then putting a thick layer on the back, and then repeating the same exact thing on the other sides just to keep everything even. And the reason I'm using the wedge pieces is because it cuts down on the overall mass while adding additional half volume inside the grid. Alright, now we have both the front and the back of the warhead with open space to hold it up. If not, we might need to make it slightly longer. Okay, so it definitely does float. It may be a little unstable. However, it does seem to want to come back up to the surface, which is exactly what we want. Now that we have the most important part of the torpedo created, let's add some form of mobility to it so that we can get it out to an enemy. To solve the issue, I added a rudder powered by a motor which has a constant on signal. All this is going to do is allow it to go forwards and get to an enemy. There really isn't anything special about this. This is just a basic setup. Alright, so it's definitely trying to push it forward, but it seems to be slightly off balance and is just going completely haywire. What I've gone ahead and done is added some mass blocks to the sides, extruded out the front and the back, and made the internals slightly more stable so that this could go straight ahead and not mess around as much as it did before. Alright, so it's definitely stable, wants to go forwards, and has its own set of propulsion. Now we can go on to the second phase, which is add a feature so that it detonates on impact. Alright, so now we have the warhead put together. Let's double check and make sure it actually floats properly, and then we'll add in a ship and see whether or not this works. Okay, so it's definitely front heavy, which will be an issue. Alright, so let's revert back to a different save, as I'm not going to spend around a lot of time dealing with that, and instead we'll go the second scenario. We'll add one detector inside, and this will be used to try and see whether or not there's an enemy vessel nearby, and if there is, it will detonate the warhead. We have a ship that I built. It is still in the early making. It should work for the purposes that we are doing with this video. Okay, so we have our ship off in the distance. Alright. This one's going off. Let's hope that it hit. And there we go. Okay, so it did ram the boat. However, it didn't detonate, which is an issue. Oh god. Oh god, what have I done? My boat is a unicorn now. Oh god. Oh god. Ah, that's not supposed to happen. Okay then. Alright, so this next take, I've moved the distance sensor to the front and added additional lights in the back just so that we can see whether or not the warhead's detonating or if it's just a bug with the game. That's not supposed to happen. Alright, we got our boat back out there, and let's hope that this warhead finally works, because this should be set up properly now. Alright, so we've spawned in the warhead. Oh god, no, that's not supposed to happen. Alright, here we go. Hope for the best. Yes, there we go. Alright, so let's increase that range. But it did explode on impact. Okay, so this is a working design, and if you're wondering what I did, it's quite simple. All I did was take a distance sensor and put it to a threshold gate, and then have an output that then goes to the detonator. Threshold gate can change to whatever value that you want. Then it's just a matter of connecting some form of propulsive device. All I did was create a rudder connected to a motor that has a constant on signal so that it's always trying to drive forward. Beyond that, let's make the front slightly smaller and hopefully get a nice boom. It doesn't seem to pull down, which is nice, and it does keep going forward. Will this detonate? Yes, there we go, and that's exactly what we wanted. That is a nice amount of damage. We could always end— oh, it's actually on fire now. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted this entire video. There we go. We have a working torpedo system. Yeah, that's definitely on fire, so if there's no one on board the ship, then the ship is pretty much set to sink. Okay, yeah, this ship is 100% on fire and flooding. Yeah, it's taking on water and there's a fire. The engine is completely shut. Yeah, this was very successful. I hope this helped you with whatever military endeavors in your future, especially with torpedo weapons. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.